Yeah, we missed Euro USD earlier. It's not the end of the world because there's so many. When you know that it's these liquidity points that we're looking for, there's so many of these entries all the time. We missed those. I was trying to sell into that yesterday, which look, when you hindsight's a funny thing, isn't it? It's really, and this is the difficult thing with trading, is that there's so many times where you can really overanalyze a failed trade. For me, was I right selling from here? Well, the way I looked at it is this: we closed comfortably below and made structure below this daily low. But what price was ultimately doing is it was, what's the word I'm looking for? It was repurchasing into this, to obviously take those higher prices. The sell this morning was, again, perfectly valid, really actual clean setup. We had our MSU setup, ISC there, and it was just reaching for higher prices. But the trade itself was correct. I got in to this one this afternoon. I was walking around IKEA, and I saw this, and I got into this, and I took a bit of profit out. So that made up for this trade here, which is great. So I've ended up on a break-even day, and I'll hold this and just see where it ends up, because liquidity. Ultimately, this level here is our first liquidity that needs to be taken out, because that did break structure, kind of. It kind of wicked above. But you can see that EU is kind of expanding at the moment. If I I'll make it really, really clear so you can see. If you look at the price action of EU, it's really heavily expanding right now. So you've got this kind of widening structure, which for us is great because we can just trade liquidity to liquidity, but eventually that's going to have to break at some point. So let's just see what happens there. First liquidity level is going to be there. I would hazard a guess that because although we're making some bullish noise here, we're not really confirming bullish on the higher time frames. When you look at kind of the 4-hour time frame, we're not really confirming bullish. Yeah, we've had a close, but if we use our ISC theory as an example, that is just, at the moment, that is just a sweep. We've not spent any more than 3 candles above those liquidity levels, and we pushed down. And for me, I'm looking at this and thinking, do you know what? This still looks more like a bearish market than a bullish market. The reason for that is that the momentum is clearly bearish. And although we've had some bullish pushes, the bears come back in almost straight away, don't they? We've had these nice bullish pushes and the bears come and take over almost instantly. So, I'm not looking at this thinking this is a bullish market yet. And until we clear out these levels down here, because we've got multiple levels down here that we need to take out, I'm not in a rush to go long. I'll keep selling this and keep selling this until I'm proven wrong. And I haven't on the higher time frame been proven wrong yet. If you look at the daily chart, this is a bearish momentum marketplace. You look at the bear candles compared to the bull candles, the bear candles are significantly bigger. And what's happening is that you are having these bullish moves, but they're taking out liquidity. And then look at that. I mean, look at this last day. That's a huge bearish candle. That doesn't happen that often. And often after these big bearish candles, when you get them, we then have, corrective price action of the push down. So I'm a real strong believer that EU is just on the way down. And, I think, when price has made an effort to come down all this way, why would it come all down this way and not take out these liquidity levels to the left? Doesn't make sense, does it, when you think about it? Why would it spend all that time and effort coming all the way down here to not take out the liquidity? So for me, I'm still bearish on EU. But as you know, we'll trade bull, we'll trade bear. It really doesn't matter. We can buy, we can sell. It really doesn't matter. All I'm looking for really is momentum on the 15-minute marketplace, and then I'll get into the trade. There was no buy setups for me here. I saw a couple of people took a buy from here. For me, it's just risky. I mean, look at this. I'm looking at a 15-minute range that's just been broken. I'm not going to be buying out of that. I just don't like trading like that. I like trading, and a couple of people have asked me why didn't I buy here this morning. Well, I didn't buy here because we're in premium of a hourly range. We're in the premium section of the hourly range. We've swept an external level. Yes, it could have continued moving up, but I wouldn't buy this marketplace up here. I'd never buy it up there. I'd buy it when it's down here, because now we're in discount pricing. So you're going to miss trades from time to time. It's all part of the course. You're always going to miss trades. And I think one of the mistakes we make as traders is trying to get into every single move. You've just got to accept the fact that you're going to miss some moves and just go from there, really. So any questions before I get on to do some backtesting? Let me tell you why your Forex strategy does not work. 95% of all Forex traders fail. This is partly due to the fact that you're rubbish at following basic rules. You all know who you are. But also because 95% of all trading strategies are flawed. My name's Czech. I'm the founder of Strong Money Forex. I've tested almost every strategy in the marketplace, and I've built over the last 8 years a smart, simple, easy to learn system that's taken the best bits from everything out there. Now, I want to reassure you, it is not your fault. Strategies you see online are oversimplified, heavily marketed garbage. The good news is I've spent years working out why so many traders fail, been one of those traders, and I've used those strategies with something that's been under your nose all along. You may even be using it right now and not even realizing how important it is. I'm currently, literally as we speak, building my 2024 mentorship course. As an early bird special, anybody who signs up using that link below will earn themselves lifetime access to my coaching and my mentorship course. A free one-to-one coaching call with me. The best part is at a massively reduced price of just £49. You will never see this course at this price ever again.
Yeah, mate, carry on.
Cool. All right. I'm going to keep this nice and simple. I will talk you through what I'm thinking as I'm doing it, but I'm basically just going to do a backtesting session and kind of show you how I use FX Replay. It's a really cool piece of kit. My backtesting has always been very, very manual for quite some time now, and since I've been playing around with this, I've started a new pass. I think it was a couple of weeks ago. I started a new pass from 2019 on Euro USD. I'm just following the strategy exactly as I'm teaching it to you guys. Results so far have been great. So I started at the start of the year, as you can see. Since the start of the year, this is 2019, we've made 40%. This is trading 1% per trade, or 1.5% if I'm taking 2 trades on the position. And I'll talk you through when I do and don't do that in a minute. But a 52% strike rate, which is fantastic. Our average RR has been 3. Our max RR has been 8. Our ideal average RR is 10. So I'm not really sure what that means. I don't really know what that stat means. The average of your ideal risk to reward ratio per trade that you made. The ideal risk to reward is the maximum profit a trade gives you. So I think maybe that's because I allow some of my trades to run to like 14, 15, but they're at a half position. So maybe that's what that means. But look, hey ho. What this has done for me is it has taught me that actually I can be holding trades a little bit longer. So I'm now going for kind of 2 or 3 R, which is great because it's great information. It's stuff that's been in my backtesting from before, but it's telling me really, really clearly that I should be holding my trades a little bit longer. My average RR is 3, so should I be shooting for a minimum of 3? Maybe, I don't know. Interestingly, Monday's my most profitable day at the moment, which, considering I don't trade Mondays, was quite interesting to see. But that's because the trades are closing on Monday. So what I don't take into account here, because obviously it's not live conditions, is I don't take into account my days of the week as much. I'm just trading literally the setups as I see the setups. And what's happening here is I'm taking trades on Thursday or Friday, but I'm holding on to them, and they're going on until kind of Monday and closing on Monday and hitting target on Monday. So that's quite an interesting revelation. But I made more money on a Monday than any other day of the week.
Chuck, are you taking news into consideration at all?
Nope, not taking news into consideration. I'm literally just trading the setup.
Gotcha.
Pure setup, liquidity point to liquidity point, buy side to sell side to buy side, using ISC, MSU, and that's it. Because what I can do with this is, when I trade manually, when I've done my back testing through TradingView and used the replay tool before, what's happened with that is I do factor in a lot more kind of market conditions because it's a lot slower. With this, it's really quick, it's really fast paced, as you'll see. So it allows me to trade really, really quickly and just literally trade the pure setup, which is quite interesting because the results have been fantastic. So there's something in that, there's something in this, and I think over the next 6 to 12 months, you'll see me develop the strategy a little bit. There might be changes that we make. The raw theory of it's going to be exactly the same, but I might tweak how the trading plan works slightly. But this has given me information and data that I've never had access to before, so I'm really excited for where this takes me. Anyway, I haven't got too long today because I've got to get a video edited and up. So I'm just going to get into some back testing, and we'll go from there. So when you set up your charts, okay, you need to open your journal. So there's a journal that comes up like this, because if you want to mark down your trades so you can go back and look at them, you can take screenshots of it. I'm going to leave it on this screen so you can see it easier. I'm just going to minimize you guys just so I can see my full screen, okay? So these are the last trades that I took. Whenever I kind of approach a backtesting session, I start it like I would do a normal trading session. So I clear off anything that's been used. So all of this stuff, I get rid of it. I'm going to leave that weekly level in because it's literally just been taken, as you can see. You can set up all your templates like normal, so you can set up all your templates. It does take a little bit of time to get your templates all set up, but it's worth doing. And you have to do it on each computer you use this on as well. It doesn't transfer between systems as well, which is a little bit annoying. So let's have a look at the daily. So where have we got? So we are stuck right in the middle. We've got a daily level down there. Let's put that one on. Keep an eye on that one just in case. I expect a retracement really after this major level, if I'm honest. So I'll probably be looking for buy setups coming into this. And then it's just, well, it's like trading like normal really. You've got your play button. We've got a daily level there that we can mark on. And we've got a daily level here. So we'll mark on just my closest 2 daily levels. And then I'll get into the next session. What's quite good is you can set up your session ranges. So it's called Session Indicator by FX Replay. They don't have the normal indicators, so Session Indicator by FX Replay. If you set up your events as well, which is pretty cool, you can go to like your next session or your next day, which is pretty neat as well. So this at the moment is at 6 o'clock. So I can click next day open and it'll take me to the next day open basically. I have it set up a little bit differently on my work computer. 2 seconds, guys. So I want start of New York Open, start of London session. I don't want that. I want that at 3 o'clock. That at 3 o'clock. Start of London session. Go to London session. There we go. That should take me literally to 8 AM. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And I can also custom settings, go to New York sessions 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sorry, if this isn't set up right. This is what I mean, it's really annoying. It jumps around from computer to computer. I normally do this before work. Okay, cool. Right. I think that's right. So just taking out a weekly level. For me to kind of buy in a market like this, I'd be wanting, you know, really clear, a really clear kind of change in momentum, and I don't see that yet. So for me, for now, I'm just looking at sell setups. So see if we get one. So you've got this arrow will allow you to kind of skip forward bars, and then you've got your play button as well, like normal, which you can use like that. It's a little bit laggy at times, so you've just got to bear with it. Right, so we're pushing up. We've got, what's our 15-minute range saying? We've got a range here. And guys, if you have any questions on what I'm doing, I will kind of go a little bit silent in these sessions, but just ask me. Okay, so we've taken out EPA there. Not a huge fan of this price action, but it is a valid set-ish. Okay, so this is how you take your trades. So you place on your trade tool like normal, set your stop like normal, set your first profit target like normal. So as I told you, I'm going for kind of around 3, no more than 3 is my max now. You then click place order, okay, and you get this little screen. Okay, my first trade I always set as 1%. You can put in your tags, so you've got ISC and MSU, and your 50 minutes bearish. And then the first trade I always take save and journal, because then the journal will come up and it will give me a page where I can kind of type in notes about it. Okay, that then has placed the trade. What I'm then going to do is I then take a second trade, and this is exactly how I trade in the live markets. I take a second trade like that, which is a 10R. I then place that same order, but I half it. This time I don't put any details about it because I don't care about it. I'm just literally placing a trade and then I click save. Okay, and therefore if I journal about this, I'm journaling about both positions at once, if that makes sense. So then we can play it out, see what happens. Okay, so that's first profit off. Screenshots are really cool. Just click add screenshots, done. Okay, this trade now goes to break even. And then what I'll normally do is I'll go to the New York session. Okay, see what we get in the New York session. So actually, sorry, I want that a little bit later. I want that at 3:30. No, sorry, I don't want that one at 3:30. Sorry, ignore me. I want this one at 8:30. So I want to see my trap first. Okay, so trap's been created there. So we pop our trap on. Template trap. And then I'll look for a second entry if I get one. Okay, so let's place a second entry here, stop here, down here. Now this, as it's a second position, I won't ever place. When I've got risk on the table, I never place a full position if I'm buying into a trade, if that makes sense. I always just leave another half position on. My stop loss here. The only thing is annoying with these ones is the stop losses get caught behind the original position. There it is. Okay, I'm going to stop loss down here. So whatever happens, I'm in profit now. Okay, I think we'll probably take that one in the next candle. Bosh. Okay, good. So go back to the journal. Wherever your screen is, that gives you your trade effectively. Okay, so that's your screenshot that you've taken. And I don't put loads of notes, if I'm honest, guys. I just put valid trade following bearish momentum and area we could buy from, but no buy signals yet. Okay, and to save
so
that.
The trigger to sell then was it hitting EPA. Was it not clearance of liquidity?
Yeah, so I've cleared out my Asian range. I'm really heavily bearish. I know I'm heavily bearish. I've hit EPA, and this is the beauty of the set. This is the beauty of the strategy, and this is I think what is really difficult to get your head around. We're, as traders, we're looking for individual things that get us into trades, and the way that my strategy works is it's no individual thing that gets you into a trade. It's a combination of things that happen. So this, if we look at, say again.
No, I was just agreeing. I was just saying, yeah.
So if we're looking at this trade in its purest form, we have a bearish marketplace that's been heavily bearish and has just taken out a weekly level. We've got no indication that this has changed direction because we've had a single push up after that. You know, if you look at the hourly time frame, for example, we've had a push down, we've had a pull back. That is not, if we're looking for a bearish setup, we would be looking for something like this. We'd be looking for something like this, with, you know, our push up, then a false move, then maybe another move like that, and then, you know, we get into like that. We're looking for that kind of classic Wyckoff change in direction. So I'm not interested in I've learned this the hard way. I used to expect reversals all the time. Now I'm so much more profitable because I just take continuations. And the beauty of these setups is when you look at the ISC MSU in its purest form, that is a reversal. If you look at that little section, that is a reversal, right? We are bullish on the lower time frame. We have reversed, and the ISC is a spike or a UTAD if you know your Wyckoff. Your MSU is then your sign of weakness or your sign of strength, and your change of character or your break of structure. You know, a lot of it's all names for the same thing, but the ISC MSU is a reversal setup. It's a reversal setup within the context of a continuation of a higher time frame momentum. So that's why it works so well. And what I do now is I just trade that momentum until I'm proven wrong. When I'm proven wrong, I take a step back and be like, why was I proven wrong? Has price changed direction? Yes, it has. Okay, now I'm going to change my bias. Or now I'm going to wait until this is really confirmed with maybe a second break of structure or something like that. So, yeah, so in this instance, it was the EPA. In another example, it could have been that liquidity level. In another example, it could have been that Asian high. It doesn't really matter. We need to be aware of the various different liquidity levels or areas that could cause a reversal, understanding that we are looking for bear moves, which is why Euro USD failed this morning, because we were looking for a bear move. We had our liquidity level, we had an ISC, we had an MSU, so we just entered the trade, and it doesn't need to get more complicated than that. But what I've given you guys is I've given you a framework which is really, really highly profitable. The setup in itself, so key liquidity area, ISC, MSU, you'll notice that if you don't have one of those 3 moving parts, you don't enter the trade. So if you don't have liquidity level, obviously you're not trading. If you don't have the ISC, you're not looking for an MSU. So you've got 3 moving parts in its simplest form that you have to have before you enter into a trade, and that's what makes it so successful, because it's a mechanical system now. It almost takes the thinking out of it. All you've got to do is just follow the rules, and 50% of the time you're going to make profit. And if you can make 50% of your trades at 3R, well, look, you can do the maths yourselves. You know how profitable it is. So yeah, so that's what we're looking at. It was EPA in this instance, but it could have been a myriad of other liquidity levels that you've learned in the video so far. Cool.
Yeah.
When I am moving away like this, okay, I am expecting after big impulses a pullback. This is what I class as a simple return to order, a simple RTO, or it might be an order block test, or whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. It's just a simple pullback at a time that we expect it. We know that opening area of New York will often give us a trap, which was very clearly broken in this example. There's no real clear science to that. I was waiting for a pullback, and then I was waiting for a bearish continuation. With a trade like this, I will place a wider stop. I'm never going to go like that because it's a much higher risk trade. Nice wide stop. All I'm looking at doing is adding into my position, so it doesn't have to be a huge R. It's just got to be a position at the end of the day that's going to add to the pot. What did we get out of that trade? Well, that trade closed positions. We took out, what was it? Product start date.
Someone just asked a question in the chat. Then.
Oh yeah, go for it. I can't see the chat.
Okay, hang on.
Oh, I can now. Yes, I can. Sorry.
You got it?
For the second trade, you're not drawing a new rangefinder range. No, I don't need a new rangefinder. I mean, look, so there's things that I'll do in my head. So yes, you are right. That is a new range, but I know that is in the premium area of that, and you could probably see that yourselves. It's in premium. We have actually had a liquidity sweep. Do you know what? We have actually got ISC MSU, ISC. Yeah, we have ISC there. So it is, it is a MSU there. It is a valid trade. You could have got in a bit quicker. And sometimes this will happen when I'm backtesting as well. I'll look at these things and I'll miss the perfect entry. I could have gotten and got a 5R out of that, but look, it doesn't really matter. Got my position, got my entry. That was a valid trade for various reasons. But I was bearish momentum. When you see price kind of reverse in the middle of nowhere, and you've got a key liquidity level down here, that's a really good sign that we've moved half the way. We're probably going to move the other half the way. And when you measure that move out like that, what we call a measured move, it normally will complete the same move down. Look, okay, that's literally perfect, right? So when you get these what we call measured moves, where you take a high from a low and it stops in the middle of 2 key liquidity areas. So we got the weekly level and the daily level. That measured move, as you can see, is almost perfectly that to that. That's that high to that low. I think it is literally perfect. Let 2 seconds. Let me draw it out for you properly. Get out of the way. Okay, so that one, Control C, Control V. We take that move to that move. Yes, almost to the pit, right? That's what we call a measured move. So high to a low, pull back. It normally then completes the same length move or slightly shorter in that instance if it just hit the daily, okay? So yeah, no, there was no big science to that trade ultimately. I took it because there was like a no-brainer. It was going to go to that daily level. So now that's done. Take that off. Take that off. Take that off. Take that off. This goes red because we've blown that level. Let's see what we've got. So I've got even more reason to expect price to push back up, but we have got another daily level down here and a big old gap as well. So we might actually come to fill that gap. Let's get that on. Come on. Got a big gap there as well. So I don't like the look of that, but let's see what happens. We're very heavily oversold right now. If you're looking at kind of oversold conditions, we are just selling the shit out of that marketplace. We're not going to change that bias until we're told otherwise. We're at 525 on a Thursday though, so we can go to our next London session. Okay, so this skips all through Asia. We're now at the start of London, and we are rejecting this daily level. Now, this is an area that I would be considering buys from. So when we look at, so our initial sweep is very heavily bearish. If I get a bullish MSU now, which I'll hazard a guess we're probably going to get, we've had a nice little sweep there. We've had an initial move there, which could be a fake breaker structure, but we don't know just yet. This is an area which could be prime for a buy position. Okay. Yeah, okay, so we're going long here. Let's see if we can get into this. So we've missed our MSU setup. ISC MSU was there. ISC MSU was there. We've missed that initial setup. This is going to be a higher risk trade because we're a little bit late to the party. Let's see what we get. 6.3. That's still a 9 pip stop loss. So that's all right, actually, to be fair. Target. Where should we target? We got New York there, which would be a nice place to target. And then in terms of where we're going to go up, I don't see much more growth in this trade, but let's just see what we get. So because this is counter trend at the moment, I'd probably be looking at this EPA level like this. Okay, this would be a high risk trade ultimately because we're counter trend. I'll put it on at 1%. In terms of what we're looking at, we've got a counter trend trade. So let's have a bullish hidden MSU news Asia sweep. Where's my counter trend? So I see MSU daily rejection. That's what we're looking for. Okay, we're saving journal that. Okay, that's now a trade that's been positioned. Let's see.
So you're going long check because it took the daily liquidity.
Taking out the daily liquidity. Yeah, we're taking out daily liquidity. I'm not confirmed bullish yet, but I will also wouldn't sell into this because of what's just happened. I would hazard a guess that, oh no, we're going to be taken out. Is my stop too tight? Do you know what? If that fucking gets me on that stop, which it obviously is, for fuck's sake. Alright, okay. Let's see what happens now. Yeah, it did. Alright, so I'll enter a second position here. Yeah.
Would you consider that bullish structure now, or would it still have?
Yeah, definitely on the 5 minute time frame. There's definitely bullish structure, 100%. So that's a loss. Loss. Stop too tight. I did my stop too tight because I was showing off for you guys. That stock should have always been below that level, as you can see it there, because you've got a 5 minute MSU here. That was an obvious one, really. Silly me. Let's see if we can get this position. Place order 1%. Same tags, ISC, MSU, and daily rejection. Saving journal. Okay. Oh, I missed the trap annoyingly, but trap was here, still valid as you can see. Okay, so we've got some structure, so I can go to break even now. Alright. Probably a little bit tight on my structure there. And this is sometimes the problem when you're back testing, is that you will, because it moves so quickly, you won't think about things as much. Should I have placed my stop there? Probably not. I probably should have placed my stop below here, which was at the actual structure point. I went to break even, which is a little bit too soon. I would hazard a guess that this is going to buy up from here. So break even trade. Stop too tight. So break even trade. You know, there could even be a position here. I probably wouldn't take this in live markets, but let's just take it for the sake of it, on the basis that maybe we closed our position too early. We're done. Dead. We've got 10 minutes left on the Zoom, guys. So we're dead on that trade. Is what it is. And now, and you know what? Again, this is one of the other things that sometimes you'll do. When did I take the trade? At 5 o'clock. That's way outside of my trading window. I should never have taken that trade. So that is what it is. Let's go to the next day open. Let's see what we've got on tomorrow. Okay, so what's happened here then? Well, we are kind of stuck. We're kind of stuck at this level, aren't we? We look at our daily time frame. We've got some daily levels here. That weekly level, I'm still going to leave them for the time being. We've got daily level there that's valid. Daily level here that's valid. These are all kind of key liquidity areas that we want to be paying attention to, yeah? Okay. So daily level. And we've got a daily level down here. Daily level there. Okay. Drop down to our hourly time frame. So we're stuck in between those levels. Let's see what price wants to do this morning. Okay, where are we? We're Monday. Okay, so no surprise. I see MSU. Valid ISC. We haven't got valid MSU. That's the big move that we wanted though, isn't it? Let's take a position on that. See if we can get that first daily level out. Place order. I see MSU, daily rejection, save and journal. Straight out. Okay, let's go to, oh shit, I skipped forward a session. Probably not a bad thing to be fair. Okay, cool. So we've now taken out this daily level. Let's get rid of that one because that one's been spent. Now taking out this daily level. Okay, that one's now dead. Let's see if we get a setup. Okay, so we've got some nice practice in here. We're toying around that level as you can see. Where are we? 951. Okay, let's see what we get on this one.
Check, the blue is New York session, is that what that is?
No, that's London.
Blue is London, okay.
Yeah. All right, let's see what.
It looks like a little AMD setup there.
Yeah.
Just look out. Check, does it ever scare you when London session is inside Asia? Do you ever like not take a trade because of that?
No, not really.
No?
Yeah, I'm waiting for a clearance on one side really.
Okay.
So we push down lower on this one now. We've taken out the liquidity level. This is sometimes the problem where you're trying to buy into these levels. We've got this big gap below as well. Really ugly price action here, as you can see. Let's see what we got. Okay, so trap was blown. Nothing to reject off there, so I wouldn't have taken that trade regardless. I'm not interested in that whatsoever. Let's have a look back into these areas down here. Let's see what we got to the left. Come on, where's my price gone? Really weird gap that is. I'm not sure what the fuck that is. Okay, where are we? 3 o'clock. So I'm going to go to my next day open. See what we get here. Okay. Nice to have a winning trade to end because I think we're at a break even now for the session. What did we start at? 140 was it? think it was. Right. Let's see if we can get a setup here. Okay, so we swept out Asia, so we've got our ISC. Right. Where the fuck? Why can't I see that level on this? Right, it's there. Place order. Okay, so we're now back in line with higher time frame. You know, that's even in what's I saying? Even in like backtesting conditions, you can get caught into try and catch a reversal, and it can fuck you over, and then it goes and does it again. I had a rough time this session.
I don't think you would have taken out those other trades because you were going sideways and you were trying to take it bullish, and I just think it was going to continue bearish. But yeah, you're right. It's a lot quicker on it. You have less time to think.
Yeah. Also, I'm conscious of time at the moment, so I'm rushing to try and
exactly that.
I've got like 3 minutes left. So let's just see if we can end up with a win. Again, these are valid trades at the end of the day. Maybe we would have taken a bit more time planning them if we could. Oh, hang on. These all down. There we go. Saving journal. Let's get that one in there. Let's finish with a win. Come on. Go to New York session. Okay, so New York has given us another entry, so we'll put that one on here. We're at half risk now, so I'll put that one down there. Place order, half risk, save that trade. Don't be a dickhead.
Yeah, it took that previous daily level.
Yeah, it did. It did. So look, a rough session, guys. That's sometimes the way it goes. We've got probably our long setup there. Let's go back to our journal. Let's see what we made out of this session. So backtesting session. We've ruined my stats today. We've ruined my stats. So what we're looking at?
Can you not go back and delete that?
No.
Yeah.
So we ended up. No, we can't.
That never happened.
So as you can see, I've been on a fantastic winning streak until you guys were all on Zoom with me. We have knocked our win rate down by 5%. Very, very unfortunate. And then we had so that's when we started, wasn't it? We had a nice win at the start, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? That was, where were we? We were, yeah, is it those two? I can't remember. Hang on 2 seconds. So, hang on, I've got it in the Discord. Oh, I'm going to run out of time. So let's just say, for argument's sake, we started here. We started here with that win. So we had a 15% win, which is a very lovely start to the session. Then we had a -2 loss, a -1, a -2, -3. So we ended up in profit. Overall, we ended up in profit. Maybe we were rushing a little bit because we didn't have much time, and I was conscious of time. Look, what I'll do is let's get another one of these sessions in. Okay, we'll get another one in over the weekend. We'll take the full hour out, and I'll just shut up and I'll just trade like normal, and we can go from there. As you can see, the curve is still up. The strategy still works. We've had a bad run of it. It seems to always happen when I got you guys on Zoom, but we'll sort it out. All right.
All right, no worries, mate.
Cool. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, chat.
Speak soon. Bye. Let's see if we can restore a bit of faith. So let's have a quick look. Let's start again at the beginning. So as you can see, we're still really heavily bearish. I filled in that gap now. Here. We've got kind of major levels here we need to be concerned about, like this weekly level down there that we'll pay attention to. Weekly, that daily level there, we need to pay attention to that one as well. Looking for potential longs here. As you can see, we are at the end of the day. It is Wednesday, so let's move to the next London session. Okay, so I'm going to be looking for buys from here. Coming into London. pretty happy with that setup as it is. So let's place that like that. Look at previous levels. We'll be looking at for entry. So that is Wednesday, we're Thursday, so that's good. So Thursday. So day level there. And we've got a day level there. So pay attention to both of those in the near future. This here, Asia there. I can't see the text white. Okay, what we got 1.13 and we got 2.35 there. Place that order. I see MSU daily rejection, save in journal. I see MSU and save in journal.